the photo, people wanted just in case they want to clip something together for the website.
Sure.
That's the only reason. So I mean, I don't know. I have nothing to do with that. So in case I want it, we might as well record it. So okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi, Angela. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So I know this took a lot of emails to coordinate. I'm sorry about that, but it wasn't really my fault, but
Doesn't matter to us. We're happy to be here, whatever it takes. It's great. It's only because we just started shooting season 10 this week that things are a little crazy. That's all. Usually we're a little bit easier to deal with.
well, it must be hard to organize multiple people. You know what I mean? If it's just one person, it's easier. But yeah. Well, I could just. I mean, are we waiting for Sal or no?
I thought Sal was joining us.
No, it's only 10:32, so it's not like.
We can also start and
Here he is.
jump
There
in when
he is. I'm admitting him now.
Okay, great.
All right, he's on. Hi, Sal.
Hey, Sally.
How are you?
I know. So okay, so I'm from the Post. I started working there only a few months ago, and of course, like I kept pitching. So I've been a fan of you guys for a long time. I started watching you because I was a huge fan of Billy Eichner, and your show came on after, and it was like one of them where you were like, you know, putting the clothespins on the shirts. And my sister and I started watching it because on, and that's how. And then I tell everyone to like, I've gotten a lot of people to like start watching you guys. So
Thank you.
I mean, I know you don't need that, but I'll just tell you the truth. And actually, we saw you. I got my cousins and my aunt and uncle to like you guys, and then we saw you guys at Caroline's and you actually gave my mom a kiss on the cheek. So she's like, because we saw you like, I don't know, it was like kind of like, you know how Caroline's like you kind of have that room that you go into. So we saw you there and you were like talking to some people, and then so my mom's like, tell that he kissed me on the cheek. I'm like, I will. So
There are some I love still.
So all right, so
well, thank you, because we do need that, by the way. Please continue to spread the word. We'll take that.
Please, I always have it.
Mer will kiss everyone in your family.
You'll watch the show. I'll do it. Yeah.
We're Italian, so
hey, that's how we got the show.
How do you think we sold out Madison Square Garden? I kissed 18,000 people.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. So yeah, so I started the Post like a few months ago, and of course I pitched. I'm like, we pitch our own stories. So I'm like, oh, I really want to interview, you know, the Impractical Jokers. And my editor, like my big boss, he went to Farrell, and I'm like, oh, that's so funny. He's like, so yeah, like he's like, to be honest, I don't think he really watches the show, but he's like, oh yeah, I'm interested because they went to Farrell, and my ex-boyfriend from Villanova went to Farrell as well. So there you go. All right. So my first question is, did you ever think that the show would become this big and popular?
Oh, I mean, I don't think there's any way we could have seen this coming. I mean, we're here 10 years later, and we're still doing it and still having a blast. So I would have called any of us crazy if we called this, right, guys?
Yeah, but it would be funny if we start to answer that question with a resounding synchronized yes.
What if we're on set like 3 years from now, right? And a courier arrives from Western Union.
Back to the Future.
He's holding a letter from 2010.
Yeah.
And it gets delivered to us on set, and you open it up, and it's a letter from me in 2010 to you guys in 2024, having predicted everything that happened in our career.
Wow.
I don't know. What if that happened?
I would assume you wrote the letter the day before and just had Western Union deliver it.
You can't bribe Western Union.
Well, you might kiss him and then win him over.
Right.
I think that end over end, like literally month over month, like it just, we're along for the ride. It's been a huge, like, you know, we work hard and we saw people respond to it right away, but I don't think you ever get a hint as to the longevity of it outside of the moment we're in, you know? So for us, I think that we look at everything as like just unbelievable, you know, and you're just very appreciative that we're still rolling with, still having fun. People are still receptive to it, and who knows where it'll go, you know? Like, I mean, 5 years ago, do we think we make it to season 10? I don't know, and right now I don't know where we'll make it to, but certainly I think it's exceeded our expectations.
So I interviewed Eric D'Alessandro, and I interviewed Chris Stefano a month ago, and I talked to them both about why do you think so many people, not so many, but why do you think there's people from Staten Island that are becoming comedians lately? Oh, or they were comedians, but they're becoming big now. Is there any secret to Staten Island that we don't know about?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot about Staten Island that you don't know about. Yeah, I mean, the world is just now catching up to Staten Island. I think. I think after years of being like a cultural punching bag, people are starting to realize it might be the promised land.
At the years of being a cultural punching bag, people are realizing, hey, there's about 8 or 9 comics coming out of that.
All those memes on like Kim Kardashian was there, like people started making like memes about Staten Island, stuff like that. It's crazy. Okay, so tell us about a prank that never aired. My editors are very into like untold things. So is there a prank that like never aired, and why? And what was it?
Well, you've only had like 3 never air, right?
Yeah, there's been a handful.
Oh, I assumed there were more than that.
Yeah. No. We air almost everything. I think
No. The budget will not allow for that.
the last one I think that never aired would have to be, I'm going back maybe season 2 or 3.
Oh wow.
We had the idea to go to a children's playground, and when you see parents baby talking their children, oh goo guy, whatever. The idea was this: you had to go up to a stranger and their child and start baby talking the child in the carriage, and then start baby talking the adult as well, and try to get the parents to baby talk back to you. But guess what happens when 4 middle-aged men without children of their own start acting strange in a children's park in New York City? Literally, a SWAT van rolled up into the park and shut us down. So we didn't air it.
We didn't air that one.
That was one, and then another one was like, I think probably even before that. And all right, I say it out loud now, and it's easy to, in hindsight, to be like that was ill-fated, but we didn't for some reason think of it then. But we decided to dress up as mimes on a 100-degree day and go to Central Park, and so this oil paint was just sweating off our faces, going into our eyes. Our eyes were all bloodshot. But the kicker was, as mimes, you can't speak. So the entire bit was us in silence in the park, just getting paint in our eyes. No one said a word.
The bit could work. It's the weather was the only thing that killed us that day. This bit can work.
Angela, you can see whose idea the bit was.
I'm telling you, the bit could work. We could do the
Don't
bit
protest
again.
too much, Q.
I'm telling you, the bit worked. I've been having this on my reputation for a decade now. I'm not living with it. We're gonna do that bit again, and it's gonna work.
We're gonna do it in air conditioning next time.
That's the only change we need to make.
So what's a joke that you guys did that got negative reactions from New Yorkers? I mean, I know that's very like general, but
a joke meaning like on the show or like on stage, because we tour, we tour internationally and nationally on stage.
Well, I was told I'm not allowed to call them pranks. I have to call them jokes. Is that true?
I'll tell you what.
You already said pranks. It's all right.
I know, but then your publicist just messaged me that I have to use the word joke.
No, you don't have to use the word joke. It's just that our show like often gets called a reality show or a prank show, and we try to create the narrative that we believe, which is it's a comedy show, unscripted comedy show that we write again. But like a lot of times people like just with the pranks, it's kind of like it isn't really capture what we do in the show because
it's
really
true
on us and stuff. So, but it is definitely the easiest way to describe the show, and but we try to just kind of like give people a better understanding that it's not just like pranks or whatever.
No, I know. Believe me, I know. I'm a fan. So, all right. So, what's a negative reaction you've gotten through your work on the streets that surprised you, or like you weren't expecting from something you did?
You mean while we were shooting a prank? No,
Here we go. Here we go.
you mean while we were shooting a bit, or when I'm just walking down the street and somebody comes up to me and is like, "Hey, your show sucks."
It could be both. Okay, I was gonna ask you that later, like fan encounters, but yes, it could be that too.
There's never really, because the show is, a
Yeah.
half hour long with 100 jokes in it at once, and so there's never really been any, like any considerable, like, blowback from a contingent of people or anything like that. It's just, it's. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'd say that surprisingly, we've not heard anything like that over 10
Yeah.
years and almost 300 episodes. I think it's like, if there was something like maybe on stage, no, but not really. No, I mean, like, the nature of what we do, because we're not looking to be controversial. We're not looking to really upset anybody. You know what I mean? It's kind of the jokes are on us. And it kind of like, is, we learned early that the show was being was being watched by people of all ages too, which we never accounted for. And kind of when we kind of started to figure out that, people from 5 to like 95 are watching this thing, we kind of try to put a little bit of broad comedy in there and a little bit of like nuanced comedy, so we kind of try to hit every bucket. But I don't think anything we do would be controversial enough that we'd get blowback on that kind of scale, knock on wood,
That being said,
Okay.
there was a punishment we did that pissed off a few New Yorkers. Joe had lost the episode maybe 2 seasons ago, and we went to Citi Field, and he had to Noah Syndergaard, the pitcher, was autographing balls and tossing them to the fans for kids, of course, to catch him. But he was in cahoots with us and was only throwing the balls to Joe in the stands. And Joe literally collected 20 different.
In Joe's direction, and then Joe would swipe them from children.
Was that the one when he like called him cheater? Wasn't that the one he called him cheater?
Yes.
That pissed a few New Yorkers off.
That Jeter joke, I would put good money that's Sal's favorite joke from the entire run of the series is that Jeter joke. Yeah, one of them for sure, right?
100%. Yeah, we try. I don't know why I think it's so funny, but
he loves it. I love it too, but you love it.
I think we even tried to put it in the movie, but it got cut. But like, I just love going up to people and mistaking them for Derek Jeter, no matter what they look like. So funny, like just tap like a woman on the shoulder in like a parking lot of a supermarket, like Jeter, and like the look on their face is always. I don't know. It'll never not be funny to me.
So what's a funny fan moment, and do you guys have a hard time like with people recognizing you now when you film?
Well, we really don't want. We have processes in place to filter out people who recognize us on the show, because we can't have people on the show that know the show, because it doesn't work. So we never say them publicly because we don't want people to know what they are to circumvent them.
Yeah.
But we have various mechanisms in place so that we don't really have to deal with that too much, which is pretty good, and it works. It works really well.
So right now you're taping what season 10 or
10?
Okay.
Yeah, we started yesterday, first day of season 10. Today's second day.
Yeah.
So this is like, do you have like, with New York and the, current crime and everything, do you guys ever feel like unsafe when you're taping?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. Most people are like, despite what you read, like most people are nice and most people are like friendly. We don't really run into like too many jerks out there. Yeah. Like I think 98% of the people out there are just nice. Yeah. So really, we haven't had really too many. I don't think, guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Surprisingly, just everyone is. I don't know what it is. I think it's just all like we're pretty accessible and relatable. We're not playing characters or anything, and people have been watching us for so long, like over 10 years, and also like just for so long, like in a given day.
Yes. Oh my
they
God.
run the marathons and like people like it's easy viewing, and I think that people have us on in the background, they fall asleep to us and they watch it. I think it's just that we're so familiar to people that it's just a lot of love for us, because they feel like they kind of know us and stuff. So I think that people approach us more so with like, oh my God, like, there's not even a barrier between us and them. Whereas like someone in the public eye that might be like an actor or, famous, but like there's not this connection to them. You know what I mean? They might treat that person a different way, but I think that we've seen over the years that the way people treat us is like they know us.
Do you have any memorable stuff, like something that a fan told you that maybe like they watched you guys when they were going through a hard time, or?
We hear it constantly. Like we're brought to tears, like actual tears constantly. Like when people tell us they watch the show with their father or their grandfather, or we hear that a lot. People who are in hospitals that were sick and they watched our show and they felt better. Like I never expected that, but we hear that all the time. And it's like, it's always really emotional to hear. It's never not emotional to hear that. Like we've been reduced to tears like babies a few times.
On the flip side of that coin, we hear that all the time. It's obviously super important. It means a lot to us that our show has that impact on people. But on the flip side, we've also all gotten this. I got it recently. My wife and I went to a beach on Long Island, and the lifeguard comes up to us and asks for a photo. I take one with him, and he said, for no reason, he said, "Murr, my girlfriend and I, you know what, while watching your show." And
really?
Yeah.
What?
They I
don't know what you mean.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
what you mean.
You get that a lot, guys? Really? Wow.
They do the thing that people do.
I've actually never gotten that. That's
Do
nice.
do they say why that's the case?
They only do it during Sal punishments.
Sal suffering is sexy.
Wait, that's so random. I wasn't expecting. I didn't know where you were going with this. I didn't expect you to
I
say
think
that.
it's just a law of averages. We're on all the time.
I think I've had that while I've been on TV. We're always on. It's
No, that's
Again,
Just
always
trying to live.
constantly
Like you're just trying to live their lives, and you guys are always on. That's really funny. Oh my god.
You can't get aroused unless he's on the television.
yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem.
That's too funny. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, and then the punishment. So technically, like the exclusive content that we're getting, I don't know where we're gonna go with this, but is that you like taped at the French Institute on 60th, like the punishment? Sal, I think it was your punishment with Jillian.
Oh, it was at the French Institute?
Yeah, they said it was on the French. It's such a random spot though. Like actually, my dad has a French restaurant on the Upper West Side, so I've been to the French Institute, and I was like, that's such a random spot for a punishment.
Well, two questions. What restaurant does your dad own on the Upper West Side?
Okay, it's called La Boîte en Bois. My dad's from Italy, but he's a French chef. It's on 68th and Columbus.
All right, let me write this down.
Yeah, you guys have to come.
This is like a free meal. What are we talking about with
Yeah,
this?
for
60
sure. Oh my gosh, you guys have unlimited. You guys have unlimited free meals.
And Columbus.
Unlimited free meals.
Oh, you know what's so funny? My dad.
Careful
Like,
what you say.
Oh!
that's so funny. Yeah, you can. I've said it here. It's recorded, so there you go. You can bring in the recording.
Oh, you're right. 68
So-
Columbus.
Well, it's so funny because I told Chris DeStefano he should come too because it's right by the Beacon. I mean, it's pretty much in walking distance.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
So-
French
so
Institute.
the
Okay, so you guys didn't even
I-
know it was a French.
No, I believe if that is in fact where we filmed, I don't think it had to do with anything French or any type of institute. I think because what we did was, I think, well, specifically for Jillian Bell, we used one of their theater rooms. Because
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. All
we
right.
put up it was a fake, like, kind of daytime, I would say, like, couples counseling talk show.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Played my my partner and my wife, and we were on a panel of couples that were struggling, couples that had to deal with some type of possible abnormalities in their partner. And so it was basically the audience was real, but the show was fake.
Okay.
And guys, can I give anything
I don't
away?
know.
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely.
Because they already know that I was
Yeah.
So it was my punishment, and the reason that I was on the panel for these couples were that the reason was that I had testicles the size of raisins, and so
Oh, okay.
one other couple, the partner couldn't smell, had no sense of smell. One other partner had, just something called vitiligo, and those were real things because you wanted.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
and
you
then
guys were the fake ones. Okay, that's okay.
yeah, and so it was about my wife dealing with me and all that kind of unfortunate situation comes with. So I had to sit there in front of that whole crowd and incessantly, constantly, and willingly talk about how that really my testicles were non-existent.
Ken doll syndrome, as they say.
Yeah, right.
All right.
That was fun. And then the topper there was that they put this is the first time I'm ever talking about this out loud, so excuse me, and I'm getting flustered. But they put like a protective gear on my actual groin area, a cup and everything, so that live during the talk show, she can say, look, I'll prove to you that this is the case.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Stood up and then she just wailed away at my groin while nothing really hurt, but in actuality, there was it hurt a little bit.
Oh my God.
Despite the cup, so I think that's going to be a ridiculous one when you guys see it. Yeah.
Okay, we don't have much time left. I got a message. So, of course, I have to ask about.
I just want to take another minute to just talk about the testicles.
Okay, of course, I have to ask about Joe at least one or two questions. So, what are the negatives and positives to working without Joe? And do you think he'll ever come back?
Well, positives, I mean, what can we say? That's our best friend that we miss and we want to be with us. So I don't know if there's any positives to work with.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's supposed to be a joke. If you guys could think of a joke, that why would it be,
okay. I thought you were just saying,
Well, I mean, I figured you guys would make it into a joke, but
Well, the positives is that Joe actually has huge testicles. No, he's fearless. So no, the positives, if I'm not making a joke, is that we're still having fun. We get to go back and see our crew and all the people we employ, and the fans who still kind of are longing for the show and everything. So we get to still have fun. But it's tough, he's a major part of the show in our lives, and it's like removing an ingredient from a recipe,
Sure.
So in that respect, we all miss him. He'll be missed.
Yeah.
But we went on set, we were like, how's this gonna be like without, and we kind of all fell into the roles that we've been doing for a decade, because we also have 30, 40, 50 crew members behind those cameras that are there with us as well. And
That's crazy.
we all have a job to do when we get there, and we know we got to be funny. And then once you commit to getting there and having fun and trying to figure out the new energy and with these guests and celebrities that we're having on and stuff, it's kind of like it just gets into autopilot and we start doing what we do best. So we've been able to have fun, luckily, in spite of not being there, and a lot of fun. Introducing these new people on the show, these guests and stuff, has injected the show with an energy and a dynamic that we hadn't had before. And it is kind of revitalizing for us to see people in our world, in our sandbox, doing things that it's just kind of like, guys, wouldn't you agree that it's like to see that kind of energizes us in a way that we haven't been in a while as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We handpicked the celebrity guests that are on the show. It's not like a casting call. We chose. We're blown away to have Brooke Shields in an episode, David Cross in an episode. It's like we're fans of them, and it's completely injected a whole new life into the series.
Do you think he'll ever come back? And did you have much warning that he was leaving before we found out?
That's a question for Joe, I think. You know what I mean? I don't really know.
Yeah.
Hey, Angela, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, okay. The last question that my editor always wants me to ask is, what are your favorite pizzerias on Staten Island and places to get cannoli?
I am seriously thinking about buying Nunzio's. Now it's up for sale. It's selling for $1.8 million.
Nunzio's, you're gonna run a pizzeria.
I make a great sauce. I'm Sicilian. Come on.
No, yeah, but you're gonna show up to work. You're gonna show up to work and flip dough and put sauce on it. You're doing that.
Well, I'll make the sauce. I'll let employees mix everything else together.
So I
But
guess
I'm-
you're saying that your favorite pizza on Staten Island, James, would be Nunzio's?
Yeah, absolutely. I might buy the place.
You guys agree?
They're in my top 5. I haven't been
Yeah.
there in a while, but growing up, they were the spot for us. I mean, for me anyway, I lived there. We have our the ones everyone knows about. We have Danino's, we have Joe and Pat's, we have Lee's Tavern, Brothers is pretty good. There's a bunch of new ones too.
Ambrosino's was the one that was on the show. They have a pie now there named after me. So shout out to Ambrosino's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that's something we don't have a shortage of here on Staten Island is pizzerias, good bagels, good pizza places. That's an argument for the ages. Have you ever been to Staten Island? Do you know any of those places I named?
Yeah, but because I dated my college boyfriend lived in Tottenville.
Okay.
But I don't remember. He did take me to one place, but I honestly forgot. It was a long time ago. But no. What about cannoli? I'm from
Ooh.
Queens. I grew up in Queens, so I have my spots in Queens.
Alfonso's probably for me.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Royal Crown.
Oh, Royal Crown. Yeah, there's just too many good options. Yeah.
Good one.
All right, guys. Well, we have to wrap up. So, thank you
thank
so
you.
much. I've always wanted to interview you guys. So
Well, you did a great job.
I did. Oh, thanks. You guys did a great job too. And come to my dad's restaurant. That'd be so awesome.
Oh, I will. Trust me.
And if you ever want to
Unlimited free
if you
dinners.
ever want to do, I'm not going to say the P word, but if you ever want to do a joke at my dad's restaurant, we would love. It's actually perfect because I'm running out of time on the Zoom. All the tables are like really close together, so it's like one like intimate 50-seat room, and now we have the outdoor seating. So like we would love to host you guys to do anything you want there.
Yeah, let's actually get the name for real. Maybe
Yes, definitely. You at least come see it if you think.
What is the name of it? What is the name of it?
La Voix en Bois. I'll send it to Carson. It means
but I don't know how to spell that at all.
Yeah,
it means the wooden box in French.
Wooden box.
Okay.
Wooden
Four
box.
words, I know. All right, guys. Thank you so
All right,
much.
we'll be in touch on that. Thank you so
Yeah, talk
much.
to you soon. Bye, everyone. Thank
Nice
you
to
so
meet you.
much. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.